let's talk about 100% participation, what it is, and why it's worth building into your classroom from day one. So 100% participation is very simple. When you give any kind of activity, notes, warm-up, problems, doesn't matter what it is, you're going to expect every student is actually going to do it. Not just the go-getters, the quick finishers, everyone. And of course, the obvious reason for this is that we want everyone learning. We aren't just here to give them something to do or to cater just to the eager students. We want all students learning and growing. And if only half the class is actually doing the work, then only half the class is actually learning. And you're going to spend a lot of the remaining lesson time trying to bring the other half up to speed. If we try to get everyone participating right from the start, we're going to get much more buy-in. We're going to get higher levels of engagement. We're going to get a lot more understanding. And we're going to have way fewer behavior issues because the students are engaged and not just sitting there staring at the wall or talking. Now, keep in mind, when I say 100% participation, that does not mean we're hovering over them or poking them with a pencil and saying, work, work, work. What it does mean is that we have the classroom expectation that when we are working as a class, we are all doing it. And we're going to push this by circulating around the room, following our monitoring pathway. We're going to engage the students. We're going to check that they're following along. We're going to make eye contact with them. We're going to be giving them that immediate and quick feedback. And we're going to be redirecting off-task behavior as soon as it occurs. And just generally helping the students to stay on track. So if we get going and we notice that somebody hasn't jumped in, we're not going to go with, what are you doing? Instead, we're going to pull them along with the activity with questions like, okay, what do you need to do first? Something like that. What are you working on now? Things like that. Generally, when we give them that little positive nudge, it gets things going. We're going to guide them back on track, and we're not going to initiate some sort of confrontation with them. Now, something that is a big help is making sure our assignment is something that the students can actually pull off. If they don't know how to start or they don't understand what the task ahead of them is, we lost them. So we're going to keep the directions clear. We're going to keep it to the point. We're going to break those directions into sections. So if we're dealing with an assignment that, let's say, has 3 parts, we're not going to go over all 3 parts right at the beginning and turn them loose and just say good luck. We're going to give each piece of the directions when they're ready to follow them. So we're going to give the directions for the first part, then we're going to give them time to work on it. And as they reach completion, we're going to go ahead and give them the direction for the second part. And so on. Of course, we're going to be offering support. We're going to be offering that guidance. We're going to be making sure that everyone is participating and everyone's moving forward. And that way we're going to get to that 100% participation that we want. Remember, keep in mind, our goal here isn't just compliance. We want authentic engagement. We want students to know that effort matters, that they are part of the learning, and that, very importantly, we are invested in their success. We want them to know that everyone participates is how the class works. That's the culture in the room, and we're all in this thing together. So, for example, when we're talking about the class, I advise don't say you when talking about the class. You're going to do this or that. Say we. Say us. Include yourself. We're all doing this stuff together. And just like when we're talking about 100% attention, consistency is your best friend here. The more regularly you expect full participation, the more automatic it becomes for your students. So that's 100% participation.